No matter which business you are running, it depends on people, processes, and information technology. So keeping your IT services online is essential to drive your business. In case of an IT incident, such as performance issues or outages, you need a quick solution. Even better is to prevent such a situation proactively, because it's costly and can damage your reputation.
Hello and welcome to our session today regarding the analysis of data that we have collected with the Octopus methodology. Again, this is our white paper structure where you have a couple of front pages. When we come to the preamble, I usually go in and explain a little bit about the IT service incidences as described by 𝙤𝙏. These two sentences are the keys for understanding what need to be done in an infrastructure. An incident is an unplanned interruption to an IT service or reduction in the quality of an IT service. This is a loud cry for a root cause analysis where I have an immediate problem that need to be fixed right away, and that is the normal way of doing things, reacting to problems. The second sentence is a little bit different. Here we talk about a failure of a configuration item that has not yet affected the service is also an incident. So something that is lurking in the background. I'm not yet hitting this limit in my infrastructure. I do not hit the misconfiguration that I'm having in my infrastructure, but it will hit me most likely one of these days, and these are the incidences that need to be eliminated before they hurt the production and before we have to spend millions of dollars of fixing the issue. Usually this is only a fraction of the money that's needed in order to eliminate these configuration issues. As you can see in the little area below where we talk about facility management, infrastructure management and configuration management, the majority of problems are located in the configuration management. And this is something that is common knowledge from the internet. Here we got this information from a Ponemon Institute. It is important to understand that here lies 90% of the root causes of problems within the infrastructure are related to these few lines in this document. So let's go in. Why do you want to do this? What is the what is happening during these problematic situations? Your company loses money, of course. Your company gets into an existential crisis in many cases. Your management is asking you every 5 minutes for status. It's not helping, but they are afraid, of course. You and your internal team can't find the root cause of the issue. You need external support, but the vendor of the resource under suspicions asks you, do you have a support packages? Is all the did you apply to all of the interoperability matrix requirements that we had? The answer from the vendor might be, it's not me, look somewhere else. You are not at a supported microcode. Update the resources to the latest level. The connected resources are not at a supported level. Update them. You have to do many things. You have to now open a war room with all of the involved parties to pressure them to get them to solve your issue. Due to some external reason and travel restrictions, the vendor cannot send a person on site. Now the finger pointing drives you insane and your company into the ground. Your security department is nagging you to give out not too many information. All of these things are hammering onto your door during a crisis with your data center and your company is keep losing money. So this is the problem that you have. What could you do about it? What can you do before you run into this issue? You could start organizing yourself within a well-known structure that allows you to be much faster than in before setup, and you get also much quicker the results of it. And you do not even run in many of your problems due to the fact that you have resolved your configuration issues before they hit you in production. So our recommendation and our approach to this type of situations is this setup. We have on one side we have the customer infrastructure. Everything that's blue is owned by the customer. We will have a KnowledgeRiver setup where you have a Linux box and a Windows box, server, VM, whatever, isolated from your infrastructure, but it can read information that you allow him to read. So all the data on this drive is already pre-approved by your security department. All this data that's on this drive, it's known by you. You understand what data you have collected. You know where is the data that you need for a particular vendor. And now this vendor can log into your infrastructure, into a VM, into an isolated area that has access to your data. You do not even need to send your data beyond your infrastructure. You invite vendors to collaborate with you, with your team, on the data that you have provided, and that you might have agreement with the vendor to download from here in his infrastructure, into his infrastructure. This is a completely different way of keeping the data within the infrastructure, understanding the data beforehand, and controlling the results and giving you the ability to visualize and understand the problems that you had in the past. This is the rough overview and the rough explanation of how KnowledgeRiver is managing your support data, interoperability metrics data, performance data, your incidences within the infrastructure. Of course, as I said, the Octopus methodology is based on data center monitoring, support package management, and interoperability metrics management. So these are the three fundamental data collection items for the analysis that need to be done. The design documentation is also known already from some of the other sessions that we had. Now, who should analyze the data? Of course, you as the customer, as the owner, you need to understand what is the data that I have. Do I have people by myself who can analyze the data? Great. So the next level is a vendor of the resource, that you have a suspicion is the one that creates the issue. You want to eliminate that, or you want to get access, you want to give these guys access to the data. Of course, you have another service provider as a tiebreaker. If you run into a finger pointing frenzy, you want to have somebody on the outside looking into the situation and give you a second opinion on what is going on. Why can my guys solve the issue? We at KnowledgeRiver provide this type of service with the correct data collection upfront in order to allow you to mitigate and limit the number of problems that you will have in the future. The isolation and pre-processing of data is the key for faster analysis of an immediate problem and of eliminating the configuration issues that you have in your infrastructure before they become a problem. So down here you have your infrastructure, you have your team collecting the data following the vendor procedures that we can have implemented with you, for you, to have a weekly update of this set of information where you have all of the interoperability metrics data, all of the support data, syslogs, environment measurements, performance data collected within every week. And now you can have your security guys, your operator look at the information that is provided and make sure that somebody can read the information and can homogenize the data into a data lake that you allow to analyze. So again, in every step of the way, you are the key person, you as the customer are the key person to handling the data, forwarding the data to the next level, and in every step you need to understand where are you with your data and what is the data that you want to externalize to KnowledgeRiver, to a vendor of your resource that you usually have an SLA with to do these type of analyses for you. As I mentioned before, we at KnowledgeRiver can help you to understand the implementation, to implement this data collection process and analyze the data for you with your team to eliminate the configuration issue that is lurking in the back and is nagging on your good night's sleep when you think about your data center. Thanks for having us, and please download our white papers from our LinkedIn page. The link will be provided soon. Thanks.
Did we convince you? Well, then visit our website knowledgeriver.com and discover further helpful services.
Or just send us an email to contact@knowledgeriver.com.